Welcome back to the channel.
Montevideo passed almost all of our tests, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go back.
It passed our safety, weather, and healthcare tests with flying colors, but in the end, it still probably doesn't make the cut. And in this video, we'll tell you why. My name is Rick.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is Finding My Retirement. Okay, just a quick note from the future before we get into the scoring. We recorded this final video about Montevideo before we released the preliminary video, and I wanted to respond up front to a few of the comments we've received. First, keep in mind the context for our videos. We're not trying to be tourists, but we're also not trying to be full-time residents. We're trying to find some middle ground in between where we find locations that we stay for 3 months at a time. And so what we're looking for may not be at all what you're looking for, and that's okay. We're also limited in these videos to our personal experiences, and we were only in Montevideo for a week, and even then, we were only in one specific part of one neighborhood. And so our scores are naturally biased based on what we saw and experienced while we were there. Your experiences, if you're somewhere else or there at a different time, may well be completely different. Finally, I wanted to thank all the people who were kind enough to correct my pronunciation of Pocitos, the neighborhood we stayed in. But it is Pocitos, not Pochitos, and thank you for everyone who told me that. And now, on to the scoring.
Here's how it's scored across all of our categories.
Okay, so we're going to start with our thumbs up, thumbs down categories.
Yep.
So if you're new to the channel, we're scoring places on kind of two different sets of criteria. The first is the 4 pass-fail categories. It has to pass all 4 or it's a non-starter for us. So our 4 pass-fail categories are the weather, safety, healthcare, and cost. Weather, I thought overall pretty nice. I mean, I think we liked the weather. We were there the hottest month of the year and it was still livable.
Yeah.
So if we picked, I don't know, you might pick June, July, I might pick April, May as the best weather months, but either way, I feel like just taking away the humidity and giving you that ocean breeze or the cool breeze off the water, the river breeze, I think made it very nice, and you don't have to deal with snow and you don't have to deal with humidity. Okay, Rick here from the future again. I wanted to jump in and talk about, again, some of the comments we received. We got a lot of comments talking about how humid Montevideo is, and that surprised us because coming from Rio de Janeiro, it certainly didn't feel humid to us. So I did a little more digging. It is true, Montevideo is quite humid at times, particularly in the summer, which is when we were there. But I think the ocean breeze or the breeze off the Rio Plata mitigates that a lot and makes it feel a lot less humid than it actually is. But more importantly for us, we were coming from Rio de Janeiro, and the humidity there, well, I'm just going to put the statistics up on the screen and let them speak for themselves. Okay, now back to the scoring. I think I know the answer for both of us on weather, but you ready?
Yep.
Weather, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay, the next one was safety. If you didn't watch our other video, we talked about the fact that overall Uruguay and Montevideo are very safe, particularly in Latin America. They're among the safest countries and big cities there are, but there's still some areas like the Old Town that isn't so safe, and that creates one of our problems. But overall, you know, it felt like you could walk around during the day. It felt like you could walk around at night, at least in the Pochitos neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think in the Punta Carretas neighborhood and the Carrasco neighborhoods also. Very safe, very walkable, daytime, nighttime. The statistics tell you it's a very safe city. So I think I know the answer again here, but you ready to vote on safety?
Yep.
Okay, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Healthcare. Tricky for us. How much healthcare did we use?
None.
We were only there a week. We promised we're going to get to some locations that we were there a longer time and test it out more. But healthcare, really all we can do is look at the statistics, and statistically it fares pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think we could get the treatment we want. We could get private insurance for a reasonable price and get good care. So I'm pretty ready to go on healthcare.
Me too.
Okay, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And then you get to probably the bugaboo about Montevideo, the cost. It's definitely more expensive than most of the places in South America. Still a lot less expensive than the United States. I think my struggle with the cost is not whether you could live, if you could live on an average cost of places. We could. The question is whether we could live the way we want to live in a place we want to live without resorting to, having ramen noodles 3 nights a week. I'm not sure. Again, once you take out our fixed expenses, we're looking for places that we can live for $4,000, $4,500 per month. Rent would probably cost us at least $2,000, maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
And then food, we're really looking at $50 to $100 a day.
At least.
At least. That's without going to nice restaurants. And so at $100 a day, you're at $3,000 for your food. So we'd have to be at $50 a day, which could be done, and we'd have to cook more at home. But anyway, it would be a stretch. I think I know where I land on cost.
Yeah. I think they know where we land.
I don't know that they do. Okay, you ready to vote?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm thumbs up. I think we could do it, or thumbs sideways.
I'm thumbs down.
I think we could do it, but it would be tight. I don't know.
Well, I think we could do it, but that's not how we want to live.
Yeah. So okay. I'm sticking with sideways for cost. On the pass-fail test, now Montevideo fails. It does not become one of our rotating home bases where we would go back and spend 3 months a year.
No.
We do want to score the rest of the categories because, since really the only thing that it struggles with on the pass-fail is cost. And I don't know what your budget is. Your budget may be $20,000 a month, in which case you could live like a king in Montevideo.
Well, and it is a great place to visit. I wouldn't discourage anybody from going to visit.
So let's move on and talk about our subjective categories. And again, if you're new to the channel, we're scoring these categories each on a scale of 1 to 5. We have not discussed these numbers in advance, so we're going to get to surprise each other and see how close we land.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about my numbers yet.
Oh, well, start thinking.
Surprise to me too.
So our subjective categories are walkability and public transportation, the food culture, which includes both groceries and whether you can find what you want, and the restaurants, housing options and availability, the visa process and whether it's a struggle to get in for up to 90 days, which is kind of our threshold. We're looking for places we can stay 90 days at a time. Yeah. And then overall vibe of the city and how it feels living there. And again, a little tricky when we haven't been there for more than a week, but we'll do the best we can. Did I stall long enough for you to think about your numbers?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so for walkability, very flat. I thought in the neighborhoods we were very walkable. It spread out. We tried to walk from Carrasco back to Pochitos one day along the Rambla. It was hot that day, but it's probably
long walk.
3.5 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
So the neighborhoods are spread out. You will need buses or some Ubers, but it's flat, it's safe. The sidewalks were clean generally and wide and easy. They weren't too rickety. So I know where I'm going to come down on walkability. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. 5. Look at that. We got 10 points for walkability. Food culture. Again, we don't have personal experience with everything. We didn't try to shop for the things we want. We want to be able to make tacos and we want to make pasta. I think we could find the things based on our internet research, but we didn't really test it the way we probably should have. In terms of restaurants, man, steak and potatoes or steak and French fries are everywhere. Other things are a little more of a challenge, but there were a variety of foods, and I think with some effort, if you tried to find an Indian place or a Chinese place, you'd find it. It would be expensive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be cheap.
But I think you could find what you want. Are you ready on food culture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at us, right in line. So far, so good. Housing, this one's interesting. I think we could find housing, but could you find it in the neighborhood you want to be in and for the price you want? The place we stayed was expensive, but we were only there a week. I looked at it to see what it would be like in May or June for a month, and it was just over $2,000, which is probably on the high end of our range, but we could do something a little smaller, although I liked that place, and it wasn't extravagant. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It was pretty small. So housing, there's plenty of it. There's a lot of Airbnbs. I think there's a pretty active rental market. So I think you're pretty good on housing, but can you find it where you want and do what you want? I'm not sure. Are you ready on housing?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3.
Oh, I'm giving it a 4 because you can find it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find somewhere to stay.
That's what you said. I'm the one who looks for places.
That's true.
You take her housing scores with a grain of salt. I'm the one who does all the housing research.
Oh, come on. You do all the research.
That's true. Okay, visas. So visas, you can get a 90-day visa just by showing up and getting your passport stamped. You can extend it 90 days. I think that provides us everything we'll ever need. You don't need to do anything to do it. You just show up and land at the airport. So are you ready on visas? Okay, visas, 5. And then the last category is the overall vibe of the city, and I think this is where it's just not real lively. There's not much to do, at least in Pochitos. I think I would stay in Punta Carretas or Carrasco next time, which may be a little even more expensive than Pochitos. But even so, it feels like they're very residential, and there's not a big cafe culture and coffee shop culture, and just not a lot going on the streets when we walked around.
No.
There is a mall you can walk to, but just it didn't have the same feel. I mean, when we walked around the old town, there's a lot going on there, but that's where you're in it's not safe to walk around at night, and I'm not sure I want to live somewhere long term where I feel like I can do whatever I want during the day and then I got to go hide in my house.
Well, and even the casino, it was not lively at all.
No, we did go to a casino. By the way, we won money. We're official casino winners in Uruguay. I think we won $18.
Yes, I think that's
it was
correct.
Big money. So yeah, I think, there was a mall, but it also didn't have a lot of the big parks that some of the other cities have had.
Yeah.
The culture is walk along the Rambla and drink your mate, which is good. I like drinking my mate. I've become a convert, but I don't know that I'd want to be there 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah.
Maybe downtown it would be fun for 3 months, but again, only if I felt like I could walk around at night safely. So I'm a little conflicted on overall vibe of the city. You got your score? Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, 2.5. Stacy decided we could do halves last time, so I'm 2.5.
You have to do it with your other hand,
Oh wait,
though.
2.
Yeah.
Is that right? 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5.
I was 3.
I do like the city. I like the cultural things. I like so much of what I learned about it, but I just don't think I'd enjoy living here that much. Okay, one more quick note from Rick from the future. We're not saying that Montevideo is a bad place to visit or that there's anything wrong with Uruguay as a whole. Quite the opposite. We really enjoyed our time in Montevideo. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a place we want to come back to year after year for 3 months at a time. And the neighborhood we were in Pocitos, may be exactly the vibe you're looking for, even though it wasn't quite the vibe we're looking for. And if we go back, we'll be excited to try a new part of the city and experience the vibe there. But it doesn't feel like a repeatable 3-month return location for us at this point. I'd come back for a week, I might come back for a month, but again, we're looking for places where year after year we want to come back 3 months at a time and kind of use those as bases to jump off to other points in the region. I suspect there are better choices, and in future videos, hopefully we'll talk about some of them. That's where we are. There's a total score. I didn't really keep track at all this time. We're gonna have to put it up on the screen. You'll see the total score. But for me, at the end of the day, regardless of the total score, I think that the overall vibe is what lets me down and just kind of tells me that it's not a place I want to spend 3 months every year. I would come back for another visit, and I'd probably come back in a different season, and I'd live in a different neighborhood and see what I thought. One of the things that I've really learned as we've been to some other big cities is the neighborhood you're in makes all the difference.
Huge difference.
And if we drop down in a different neighborhood in Montevideo, we might feel completely different about the vibe. I really wonder, if you put me somewhere else for a month, it might feel totally different. So it's a little luck of the draw and a little research. So if I came back, I'd try something else.
Somewhere else,
Maybe I'd have a very different view of Montevideo if I spent a week or a couple weeks in Punta Carretas or Carrasco.
Maybe.
So anyway, so that's our story for today. Hopefully you've gotten some value out of this. Again, take all of our criteria and rankings and ratings with a grain of salt, because your priorities may be very different than ours. If you've spent time in Montevideo and you have other views, please share them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
And if you've made it all the way to the end of this, please hit like and subscribe to our channel. We're still very new. We're trying to find an audience, and YouTube doesn't know to share this video with people unless people are watching it, and they can only watch it if they see it. So like and subscribe so YouTube will show this to some other people. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Why is it blinking?
I don't know. I hope it doesn't mean it's not recording.
Yeah. It's recording.
Is it?
It says recording.